The press visited James Maguire Antiques in Hampton Bays on Friday, March 5th as a film crew from the Learning Channel filmed scenes for a new show, Accidental Fortune, centering on Jeremy Burke from East Moriches, who found a photo at his new house of one of America's first baseball teams.
Well, I have a cottage in the back of the property that I bought, and above the door of the cottage is a cutout. Now, there's no access to the attic from the inside of the cottage, but going up through the cutout, I climbed on my truck, I went up there, and there was a bunch of old stuff up there, a bunch of old photographs, books, all sorts of furniture, different things.
So you found this literally in like a crawl space in the cottage of the home you own that you just purchased, correct?
Yep, I just bought it a couple of weeks before.
And you were there with your new wife and new baby?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, my wife Nicole and my daughter Ellie Jean.
Excellent. And what did you do when you discovered this photograph?
When I first found this actual photograph, I didn't think it was really worth anything. I thought it was just a family picture of a bunch of people. But once I read the names on the back and I Googled it and figured out that they were the first baseball players ever, then I brought them to James Maguire's Antiques in Hampton Bays.
When he brought it to me, I told them I think they might have something. I called some auction places, and you know, they told me that it was impossible for me to have this because there was no such thing, and I told them that there is now. Now there's this photograph, and I'm holding it in my hands.
Jim found a sports memorabilia auction house called Robert Edwards Auctions, and he set it up, and I brought it out there, and you know, they pretty much knew that I had something big.
There was no question upon seeing it that it was the Knickerbockers, because some faces in that photo were familiar to me. It's a composite photograph of 10 men who were all members and players for the Knickerbockers prior to 1850. This photo is from 1862, so it's some kind of commemorative event. I had never seen this particular image, and as a historian I will say that the most important thing is that we now have a photograph confirmed of William H. Tucker, who was a central figure in the founding of the Knickerbockers, and we had never seen a photo, and by finding this one, and it was identified on the back, we are now able to say that an 1846 photo that was previously unknown is also Tucker.
Now, there was something interesting about this photo in that it's a composite. Can you describe what that means and what the image actually is of?
The 10 men portrayed in this photograph probably never sat in the same room. This is not a studio portrait of 10 individuals, but rather a painting on which photographic heads were superimposed. All the heads are real, but nothing else in the image is.
The photograph itself sold for $50,000. The guy's personal belongings, Walter Avery, who was on the Knickerbockers, his personal belongings sold for an additional $5,000.
Is this a life-changing thing, or what happened with this?
No, it's not like I retired or it completely changed my life. It helped us be more comfortable, and we didn't have to eat bologna sandwiches for dinner every night.
It's exciting. It's great. I'm happy for Jeremy and his family, and you know, it's probably going to help me in my business and in Hampton Bays and Moriches and all the surrounding areas. It's definitely exciting.
Do you think that this is going to be the stepping stone for you to have a film career now?
Possibly. They say I look like Russell Crowe.